Hi everybody, welcome to Aimee Nolte Music. It's a really beautiful evening and I'm going to take a walk and tell you about something that's been on my mind lately. I want to tell you about a Skype lesson I was teaching not too long ago with a really nice dude. His name is, we'll call him Jose. I had taught Jose once before and he was a really good player. But when he got on the Skype, he didn't look like himself. He looked really down. He just looked kind of defeated. I asked him what was up. And he said, well, I just kind of feel like I'm stuck, like I'm in this rut and I don't know how to get out of it and I don't even know if I should keep playing music. I said, why? What's going on? And he goes, I need you to like give me some place to start. He said, if you could just tell me one thing to work on and whatever you think I need to work on, I'll do it. He's like, whatever you say, that's gonna be, I need a plan. I said, yeah, for sure, we can totally do that. I said, what have you been working on lately?
Spending afternoons together, a string of days with perfect weather, far too nice to stay inside.
And then he was like, well, that's just it. He's like, what haven't I been working on lately? I'm married, I'm saving up to buy a house, so I've got this day job. I'm working all of these hours all day and then I come home and that's when I want to work on music, but I'm exhausted and there isn't really time anyway. And so I think that's one of the things that was getting him down. He says, so sometimes right after dinner what he does is just lay on the couch and turn on his phone and watch YouTube on his phone. Maybe he starts out with one of my videos. Maybe he wants to watch Choosing Altered Dominance and he decides that, oh yeah, it's time, I really gotta up my game on these altered dominants and make sure I'm making wise choices. And anyway, he watches that. Maybe he doesn't even make it through the whole thing though before he's distracted by another video like on the sidebar or something gets recommended to him. So he decides to switch over to that. You switching on my video, Jose? But I understand, you know, because it's Adam Neely, and Adam Neely is telling him that what he really needs to be doing is practicing a polyrhythm, a 7 versus 11 polyrhythm. So Jose's like, oh my gosh, I can do this. So, you know, he makes a little row of 7 and he starts counting to 11 over and over again. It's snapping, snap. And then he's like, yeah, but first, maybe I'll watch this Corey Henry video. And then he turns on the Snarky Puppy and he sees Corey Henry taking an insane solo and he thinks, how does he have such chops? I've got to work on my chop. And then he remembers a 12-year-old kid that he saw on Instagram, Justin Lee Schultz, right? Justin can play like that too. And Justin's got mad chops too. So he goes over to Instagram, he watches maybe I can get some ideas from Justin, right? Watches that kid for a little bit. He's blown away. Then he thinks, all right, I gotta work on scales. Types in scales, and he sees the super mega meta Lydian scale, Jacob Collier. But it's just Jacob, and he's talking to June Lee, and they're talking about negative harmony. And Jose says, I don't know nearly enough about negative harmony. And then he just falls asleep.
Lying in the grass, I looked up at him sitting next to me. He said the light was casting shadows under my nose. The sun was running his fingers through my hair to make it glow.
Probably the flip-flops weren't the best choice.
And I looked at him and said I wanted to know what he was thinking about. So he told me this story. product of a nuclear reaction.
So anyway, Jose goes to sleep, wakes up the next day, goes to work, realizes he didn't work on music at all. It's probably not ideal, you know, and Jose is at a place where he's not in music school, you know. He's like doing life. A lot of you are there and you get it. And it's hard to prioritize and to know which thing to work on, and maybe you put your music on hold for a little bit, or it's a rough situation. But I'll tell you, what was not making it any better was this YouTube vortex that Jose was getting sucked into. I mean, he started out with altered dominance, right? That's what he was doing, and then before you know it, he's trying to think about negative harmony, and that's super frustrating. Now, YouTube does this. It knows the kind of stuff that we're interested in, and it suggests similar stuff to you. It's the algorithm. It knows us. I know this isn't news to anybody. But what ends up happening to Jose is that after seeing video after video after video of amazing, mind-blowing things, then he just kind of feels, and this is what he said, he just kind of feels like he's never going to be that good, or he's never going to measure up, so why even try?
We were all the same, preparing ourselves for...
Without even realizing it, that's exactly what this YouTube vacuum, this YouTube vortex, how it sucks us in. It's what it does. It makes us feel like we're not enough. And I'm seeing it from everybody. It's not just Jose. I feel like a lot of people are frustrated by this, and Jose didn't even realize that it was a bad thing happening to him. All he saw was this, you know, barrage of stuff being spewed at him, and him feeling smaller and smaller and smaller. He didn't stop to realize that this isn't normal. It's not healthy. He didn't really bank on it, but I actually had some advice for him, because I had just completed a 10-day social media fast myself. I had decided that it was time to remove myself from, you know, all of the information for just a little while. And since I'm a YouTuber, I couldn't completely stay away from everything. So I did, you know, whatever business I needed to do online, but I quit scrolling, I quit double tapping, I quit commenting, tweeting, everything like that, you know.
I expected I would die 100 years from now, on the dark side of a desolate moon with nobody around. Imagine my surprise when I went into her eyes and down her nose, across her lips, across her toes, across her hips.
These little guys, they're called painted ladies. They're apparently on some kind of a migration right now, and they're everywhere, all over Southern California.
She was so...
For me, taking a break from social media, it kind of meant doing what I'm doing today, taking more walks, noticing tiny details about nature, not pulling out my phone every 10 minutes to check messages. I felt like at the end of it, I was more like me again. I was able to be kind of lost in my own thoughts a lot more, rather than having other people's thoughts forced upon me or imposed upon me. I don't think we realize how much other people's ideas are constantly inundating our own psyches. Like, it's good to be just alone with your thoughts sometimes. So I told Jose that I thought what he needed to do was to, you know, work on his altered dominance. Go ahead and he was only allowed to watch that video, but for 10 days. I think maybe I made it 7 days. I challenged him to go on a social media fast for 7 days. At the end of the 7 days, he wrote to me, and it was nice to see. He was really pleased with the results, so that was really cool. I'm not saying that everybody has to, you know, do this social media cleanse or whatever. You don't. But I do need you to realize that being fed video after video and idea after idea every day by an algorithm that thinks it's got you all figured out is not good for you. Especially if you're like in a new relationship and you're trying to do the dishes every other night and going to work all day and saving up to buy a house or whatever. You need time to play with the kids. Like, life is life, and we've got to find balance somehow. I think it's a lot easier to figure out your priorities when you're not being fed all of this crap all the time. And that includes me. This crap. I mostly just want you to realize that, my gosh, you're doing fine. Don't compare yourself to these other people. Pick a thing and stick with it. Maybe, you know, get a lesson with somebody. Ask them to, like Jose did, to give you a plan and then say, I'm gonna do that no matter what, and then do it. I think that's a way healthier approach than hopping from thing to thing. I don't want anybody feeling defeated out there. It's not why I make videos. I don't want anybody to feel defeated. I'm trying to break things down step by step, and you know, just one video at a time. It's enough.
Every second of the day. Why was I lucky enough to fall upon the face of the loveliest girl, of the loveliest girl, of the loveliest girl?
There's a lot more to life than comparing yourself to other people. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you next time on Aimee Nolte Music.